Hi, this is my second video. It's been a few weeks since I shot the first one, and I kept on meaning to do this one sooner, but I've been sleeping a lot when I'm not working, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So I'm settling into my new place. Been here for almost 3 weeks. I'm really liking it here. My friends that live here are great. Don't mind the drive. I was a little bit worried about drive time, particularly with traffic on the freeway when I come home from work in the morning, but that hasn't been so bad either. I didn't write any notes this time. I'm going to do this a little bit more freeform, a little more journal-like. So I suppose I can talk about the fact that I've been on hormones for almost 3 weeks now. Tuesday will actually be 3 weeks, and I am starting to notice little things. Nothing major yet, but that's coming. One of the first things that I've noticed is that estrogen makes you tired. I've been sleeping a lot. Actually would have done the second video a lot sooner, but my body has just been needing to rest. So basically work and sleep. A few physical things that I've noticed. Let's see here. Some of my fat is already starting to redeposit, which is one of the effects. It's actually moved outward from the center of my stomach. It looks like it's spreading out a little bit more. What else? There's some effects that are starting to show signs, early signs of breast development, I've told. Little bumps. We'll see how that goes. What else? As far as my moods since I started estrogen, they've actually been really level. I haven't actually had a lot of the ups and downs that I used to have. I mean, still get happy, still get sad, but it's much more moderate. It used to be where when I was one way I was really up or really down, and now it's just kind of in the middle. Normal happiness levels, normal sadness levels, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't expect it to stay that way from estrogen. Well, just the word estrogen, I'm told that it's going to get rockier several months in, but I will deal with that when it comes. What else do I have going on? Did something exciting the other day. Totally unplanned. Like just about everything that I've done over the last 6 months. So I get into this mode where I'll think about something and think about it, and all of a sudden I'll just have done it without really realizing it. So I was driving home from group the other day. Actually, I was driving to my older sister Trish's, because up until I moved, I was actually doing a lot of the dressing there before I went anywhere. Couldn't really do that at home. And now that I'm living out here, though, I can do pretty much whatever I want. So I'm dressed like this most of the time now, but the other day when I was driving home from group, I actually passed by the place that I'm working when I go to my sister's, and instead of driving straight to my sister's, I stopped myself and drove to my work, and thought myself for a few minutes in the parking lot before I finally decided to go in and speak to my management and tell them that this is how I'm going to present at work now. This is how I am most of the time outside of work now anyways. So I told them that this is what I was going to do, and they were all very, very okay with it. The evening itself was scary, tense. Got a new name badge with Alexis on it instead of my other name. And it was scary, intense, exciting, basically everything all wrapped into one. It went really well, though. For the most part, people were okay and didn't really change the way that they interact with me pretty much at all. Obviously, they're getting used to the name and pronouns and everything, and that's going to take a while. I still get called by my other name and still get called him. But it was only the first night. I imagine it's going to be some time before they completely come around to that, and that's okay. It's an adjustment, and it takes people time. I'm perfectly willing to live with that. A lot of them are trying. There were a few people at work who seemed a little bit weirded out by it, but they were not disrespectful to me in any way or anything like that. They kind of got a little bit shy and avoidy, I suppose. Didn't really talk to me much, but not people that I talked to a whole lot anyways, so it's not like we were super close as coworkers. The ones that I talked to, they were all great. The lady that I work with, she was excellent. Good job, Ruth. But overall, the night was really good. Really positive experience. And even though it was a spur-of-the-moment thing, and when I say that, I mean that I was not planning on doing this for the first time for at least another 2 or 3 months on hormones, but I'm glad I did. Glad that I went and took that chance because it paid off, and obviously that's how I'm going to work now and pretty much living every aspect of my life. There are a few people that I deal with on occasion that I still deal with in male mode, simply because telling them is difficult at best, but that will have to come soon. Overall, things are going well. Not really a lot negative to speak of. Coming to a point where living here I'm actually going to be able to save money, and I'll actually have money for all the things that I need to do to transition. I suppose I can tell you about the medication that I'm on. I take 2 different medications right now. One of them is actually a transdermal patch, and that's where the estrogen comes from. It's called Estradiol. I think I pronounced that right. I don't have it here right in front of me. I put that on Tuesday, and it stays on till Friday. I switch it out for another one and switch it out Tuesday. Keep doing that twice a week. So far that's been going well. I was a little bit paranoid at first about them peeling off, and I just get that way with skin patches. They've stayed on fairly well. I've had 1 or 2 issues, but for the most part, they're holding out pretty well. And the estrogen is what's making me tired, what makes me sleep a lot. I'm also on spirolactone, I believe that's called. Again, I don't have it right with me, but that is the blocker for testosterone. And one of the less glamorous effects from that, one of the less glamorous effects that I'm dealing with, is that I have to pee a lot more. I know you all wanted to hear that. But other than that, no negative side effects from the medication. They seem to be taking quite well. And after 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks, like I said, I'm starting to notice little things. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to get across here. I just want to thank everybody in my life who has been so supportive at this point. Offer their support, their love. One of the reasons that my friend took me in here was because of this. So that I didn't have to hide while I was at home. And I'm very thankful to him and Zach. Both of them have been great. I haven't known Zach nearly as long, but already I consider him a friend. He's been really good to me since I've been here. My friend Chad, obviously I've known since like 6th grade. So, just to see that somebody in my life who's been around for that long is on board and helping me out with this has been just huge. I also want to thank my sister Trish, who has been not just so supportive, but I mean, when I say not just so supportive, I don't mean like not supportive. I mean, she's been incredibly supportive. She's been there for me pretty much through all the major things. When I went to my first endo appointment, when I started therapy and I needed somewhere that I could change to go to therapy, she offered her house right away. So now I see her at least every other Wednesday, sometimes a couple times a month, but I'm very thankful to her. She's helped me financially and has offered the potential of helping out later too, depending on how things go. just everybody. So far, this has been an amazing experience. I've felt more alive in the last 6 months than I have my entire life. And I kind of feel like I'm actually kind of starting to live my life rather than being disconnected from the world and sitting outside like I spent 30 years doing. It's just been amazing. And it's hard to believe sometimes that this is actually my life right now, that I'm actually doing this. But hopefully I'll be back in a week or two. That's all I got for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will catch you later.